folks, it's the Creepy Kentuckian here with you from DEADPIT Radio. Today's review, we are looking at an all-time genre classic, kind of a mix of sci-fi and horror from the mid-1950s. We are going all the way back to the original adaptation of the novel from 1956. Don Siegel's Invasion of the Body Snatchers. And this particular edition is the debut of this film on 4K UHD. Came out recently from our good friends at Kino Lorber. It is part of the Kino Lorber Studio Classics line, which everyone knows and loves, and I know a lot of people are excited about this. As many know, the remake to this from the 70s, starring the late great Donald Sutherland, recently received the same treatment on 4K, but thankfully, to the monster kids out there, hey, monster kid, you can pick this one up. The original movie version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Kevin McCarthy starring, and it's out, boys. We're going to take a look at the movie. We are going to dig in to the special features, and I'm going to let you guys know if this edition is worth invading your media shelves. This brand new HDR Dolby Vision master of Don Siegel's Invasion of the Body Snatchers features Kevin McCarthy, who plays small-town doctor Miles Bennell, who's recently returned home from a conference after being distracted. Everyone's calling him. They're starting to not feel themselves. They're wanting some medical help from Dr. Miles. So he decides to return home. Santa Mira, California. Does that place sound familiar? So after returning home, like I said, a lot of his patients wanted to see him. He's thinking there's some sort of mass hysteria. The residents there believing their family and loved ones are not acting themselves. His girlfriend, Becky Driscoll, and he soon find out that they are being outnumbered. Residents of the town are being replaced by plant-like aliens who have invaded the earth, taking possession of the humans as they sleep and replicating them in giant seed pods. McCarthy's character, famously known as the Running Man, is famously running around like a chicken with its head cut off, trying to figure out how can he escape the madness that is the pod people. The invasion of the Body Snatchers is upon us, and there's little to nothing he can do. This was based on the 1954 novel The Body Snatchers by Jack Finney. This was the first of 4 film adaptations, which the last one was just a few years ago. I think it was just called The Invasion. And this movie, in my opinion, may be the very best of the 4. It relies more on story and solid acting performances than special effects, which back in the 50s, man, they didn't really have a lot. There's not a whole lot that could be done then, unfortunately. So if you're in it for that sort of thing, it may not be your thing. But if you're down for stuff like The Twilight Zone, Invasion of the Body Snatchers 56 version is the way to go. Now, a couple of things real quick. Santa Mira, California, that I mentioned on here. The first appearance of the fictional town of Santa Mira. Later on, Santa Mira, California would be popularized in Halloween 3 season of The Witch. All right, so this movie's a lot of fun, guys. I mean, nobody's going to really deny that this is not a classic. And this 4K edition is fantastic as well. This thing looks amazing. A lot of times I've noticed black and white films, for some reason, just pop in 4K. And this one is no different. There is a lot of detail in this movie that was unnoticeable before. And I must say, I did not have this on anything since the DVD edition. Only an 80-minute movie, entertaining throughout. Kevin McCarthy's amazing in his role in it. Again, another legendary performance, The Running Man. And like I said, this is brand new HDR Dolby Vision master here from Kino Lorber. This is an amazing edition, guys. This one comes in a slipcover, and it has some of the original, some more original artwork on the inside. And there's also flip side artwork if you want to double it up. But my rule is, if it's two different artworks, the inside art is the alternate art, just so I can enjoy both whenever I pull it off the shelf and watch it. It's a 2-disc edition here. You have a Blu-ray and a 4K disc. All the extra features are included on the Blu-ray. You have a grand total of 4 different audio commentaries. The first, an audio commentary with stars Kevin McCarthy, Dana Winner, and Joe Dante. The second commentary with film historian Richard Harlan Smith. The third with film historians Steve Mitchell and Nathaniel Thompson. And the fourth by professor and film scholar Jason A. Nee. There's also a featurette, The Fear is Real, with Larry Cohen and Joe Dante. The Stranger in Your Lover's Eyes featurette. I No Longer Belong, The Rise and Fall of Walter Wagner featurette, theatrical trailer, and more. This is a fantastic edition, guys. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, 1956, on 4K UHD from Kino Lorber. High recommendation here. If you're into this sort of thing, this is the ultimate version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers to pick up. Check it out. It is out now from Kino Lorber. Be sure to check us out. We're over at DEADPIT.com.
Give us a thumbs up.
Up you butt.
Like, subscribe. And if you subscribe, here's something else you can do. Once you subscribe, you can click the bell notification, right? And it'll notify you anytime that Dead Pit puts up new shit.
Or don't. I really don't give a fuck. If you do
I want you to. I want you to.
I don't care.
Let's keep our community growing here on YouTube.
I don't like it. I don't want you to do nothing.
Listen, they need to do that, pal.
No, don't you dare touch it.
Thumbs up. Subscribe. And click that bell.
There's all kinds of wonderful shirts over at shop.deadpit.com. Simply the best horror shirts. On TeePublic, there are others, but they all suck. You can get some Dead Pit Radio shirts. You can get Last Out on the Left. The Hills Have Eyes. Texas Chainsaw. Oh, wait, you can't say Texas Chainsaw. All kinds of shirts, folks. You're gonna love them. Shop.deadpit.com.
Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. Dead Pit on Patreon.com is the only place to check out a complete archive of the old Dead Pit radio shows all the way back from 2005 on, in addition to the midweek shows, fan commentaries, exclusive podcasts, and much more. Dead Pit on Patreon.com if you're interested. Tiers start at only $1.
We ain't